This is a story with many facets.
T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the Jody and Scott Show.
Oh yeah, time to get back to work. School's back in session, right? Everyone's heading back off to school. Vacations are over. Time to get back to work. You know, time to get back to doing the show. It's been a little while. How long has it been? Like 4 weeks, 3 weeks? This is the last show we did?
Jody, it's been too long, man. It's been like years, it feels like.
Feels like years.
People are lucky because this new episode right now might be the greatest episode of all time that we've ever done here on the Jody and Scott Show. Can you believe that? I'm emotional right now, dude.
I don't know if I believe you.
Watch your mouth. This is something I believe in. I'm a very, very positive man here, okay?
Yeah, I just got back from the beautiful North Carolina mountains. That's why I was gone for 3 weeks. The longest vacation I've ever taken in my entire life. It wasn't really a vacation. We had kids. We were working from where we were staying. But
you
I
grew a beard.
I did,
just like a homeless guy. That's pretty much what you do anyway. So,
yeah. Made the beard. Grew out the beard. Did some hiking out in the mountains every morning. I don't understand why we live in Florida. I go up there during the summertime where it never gets like hotter than 70 degrees. It's beautiful all the time. And I come back to Florida. And man, it's miserable. There's like bugs.
Pretty disgusting. Yeah.
People all hate each other. It's hot.
We're used to it here, Jody. We're used to living in our own filth.
You'd think so.
In Florida.
You would think. You would think. I've lived in Florida for now 37 years. 37 years in the state of Florida.
Not that old, are you? God, I didn't know you were much older than me.
I know, 37, and I still am not used to it in any way. I'm desperate to get away from it. I'm never gonna leave. I'm stuck here.
Welcome back to Florida, Jody. I need a positive attitude out of you tonight. We have a lot to get to. Big guest, Richard Tyson. You know him. The bad guy from Kindergarten Cop. Also,
I don't think I knew who that was.
From Something About Mary.
When you say Richard Tyson, that's not the first thing that pops into my mind.
It's a household name, Jody. Come
on,
but
those are big movies. What was he? What did he do in these movies? Like, what was his deal?
Well, I told you, Kindergarten Cop. He's the bad guy. He has that luxurious, beautiful woman hair.
The guy with the long black hair.
Yes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
Also, the interrogation guy in Something About Mary. He slams Ben Stiller's head on the desk when they're interrogating him. Come on, you got to know that. That's one of the biggest scenes in movie history.
All right, I'm down for talking. And then also you found like a Disney expert that's gonna be calling, and they're from Inside the Magic, the blog.
Inside the Magic, yes. Now this guy was there covering the end of the Ellen ride, also the last ride of the Great Movie Ride, which was actually cried.
Disney World in Orlando.
Sat alone in my room. It was weird.
They're shutting stuff down left and right, right? Like so.
Yeah, but they keep a bunch of crappy rides in Disney World, but they seem to be shutting everything down in Epcot and in Hollywood. I don't get it. We'll talk to this guy. He'll tell us what the hell's going on with these parks and why they're shutting all the good stuff down. That Ellen ride, I would take naps in there. I needed that.
I guess Epcot is the next one, right? So MGM has basically been limping along as
Hollywood, Jody. We're millennials.
Right,
we call it by its real name.
Yeah,
okay,
sorry,
bro?
whatever it is. It's been limping along for years with being mostly closed. It's like a disaster. There's barely anything to do there. And starting, I guess, in 2018 or 2019, it's going to become the hottest thing in the entire world. And then I guess that's what's going to happen next is like Epcot. They're just going to shut down large portions of Epcot and completely redo it. And then maybe in a few years,
they better not get rid of that golf ball.
They won't get rid of the golf ball. But what they're going to do is they're going to turn that into the new Frozen ride in there. You know, the Frozen.
Frozen ride.
It's going to be the snowball now. That's what that's going to be. It's going to be a whole new Frozen thing inside.
So what are they going to do with the other Frozen ride? It's a beautiful ride.
Oh, they're going to keep that one too. There's a whole park. It's all going to be frozen, all of it. So I got a hemorrhoid.
Go ahead.
A hemorrhoid.
Oh, I didn't want to get into this, Jody. This is disgusting.
This is old man.
Start our brand new
this
show.
Is old man stuff. Like I'm saying, I'm 37 years old, and for the first time,
millennials don't get those.
Like for the first time, I got a hemorrhoid, and dude, it's kind of fucked up.
A really big pimple in your butt crack.
Look, things have been backed up for a little while, and then, all of a sudden, dude,
drink a coffee, bro.
There was a thing, it felt like I felt like it felt like I had done serious damage, to my backside. You know what I mean? Like I was in the middle of going to the bathroom.
Beautiful yoga you're doing.
And it was I thought that I had ripped my butthole. You know what I mean? Like I thought I was gonna have to go to to the doctor and it was
stitched back up.
and get things stitched up, and I was all embarrassed. This is what's running through my mind. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor. They're gonna put stitches in my butt. Like, what have I done? How has this happened? And then it turns out to be
a little tube of cream.
Turns out to be a hemorrhoid, and
how's the cream?
It doesn't really do that much. Doesn't really help, and I'm terrified.
Pain reliever.
I'm terrified of going to the bathroom now, so that's fun. And yeah.
Well, welcome to hell, Jody.
And what's funny is 3 days prior to this, 3 days prior to getting this hemorrhoid, I saw an old man checking out at Rite Aid, and he had like a pile of various hemorrhoid creams and like pain relievers. And I kind of like
your future, bud.
And I looked at him. I kind of chuckled. I was like, poor old man.
What a loser.
And then
What an
3
old
days.
loser,
Then 3 days later. 3 days later. That's where I am.
You're officially old. Also,
You ever get one of those? You
Jody,
ever get a hemorrhoid, Scott? I know I see you trying to change
I
I see you trying to change the subject desperately. But what about you? You ever done? You ever had it? Have you ever had a hemorrhoid yourself? Have you ever done this? You ever been through this?
My history, Jody. Talk to my doctor.
I don't want to talk to your doctor. I don't want.
He's cheap now. Also, have you ever wondered what the perfect amount of time is to dunk an Oreo?
No, but I want an Oreo so bad. Like I would.
Sugarless diet.
My
Are you losing
wife
weight yet on that thing?
No,
carbs,
it's not soon
no
enough.
Sugar,
My
you
wife
eating through the wall or what?
My wife has been doing this very low sugar, very low carb
She looks
diet.
hot, dude. I was
And,
creeping on her pics on Facebook
don't,
the other day.
Please don't.
Sorry.
But she
I mean,
does.
I didn't wanna tell you, but
she does. She looks really, really hot, and she's lost all this weight, and like she looks fantastic, and she's like dragging me along, right? Because there's a lot of pressure to get it together when your wife all of a sudden starts
standing next to her,
right? You know what I mean?
Like
right?
Hemorrhoid haver.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like there's a lot of pressure there, and so I'm like, okay, I guess I got to start doing this. But now all I'm doing is walking around like really wanting
your hemorrhoid,
Oreos and cereal and some fucking bread and I
asked you if you had Oreos because I wanted to try to do the dunk.
Okay, so what?
How long the perfect dunk is?
So what's the perfect? So what defines a perfect dunk though? Does that mean like when it's like in that
you
area
wanna get
right
it
between
wet.
crispy and mushy, right? So it's not quite
Right,
mushy.
You don't want it too mush.
Not still
You want it
crispy.
crispy. Still have an edge, but you want the milk to soak in just a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's 2.5 seconds.
Oh
is the
no,
perfect
it's
amount of
longer
time
than
to
that.
dunk an Oreo.
No, it's longer than that. No,
'cause then it gets
absolutely.
soggy. It's the same with cereal. You gotta
No,
eat
no,
that
no,
shit
no,
fast,
no,
bro.
no, no, no,
Or
no,
it
no, no,
gets
no. There's
soggy and all, you know?
no. There's no way that
Saggy boobs.
look, listen to me. There's no way that 2.5
I know
seconds.
you're aficionado when it comes to cookies.
Is long enough
Scientists did this
for
study.
the milk to permeate the Oreo properly. Like 2.5 seconds, you're just gonna have a wet, crispy Oreo.
You're wasting the milk.
After 2.5 seconds. That's all it's gonna be. Wet and crispy. That's all.
Now, Jody, you know I'm a rock DJ, and this ass DJ is kind of giving us a bad name. I'm a decent looking guy for a DJ. Usually these radio people are hideous.
This is
like
the Taylor Swift guy, right? Taylor Swift,
DJ butt
the
grab.
guy that grabbed Taylor Swift's butt. Okay, so she sued him, and then
a bad name.
and then he countersued her, and then dropped the suit. Then didn't she win the suit, and she won $1 or something? Like she was just trying to prove that this guy did something. Is that what happened?
She said she didn't want this guy to end up homeless, so she only sued him for $1.
She's so
she just
awesome.
wanted to prove that this guy was a complete creep, which he is. And I don't want to say out there while people are listening, DJs are not this creepy. All right, we like to have passionate love making with women, not just grab a butt of a stranger. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I kind of love Tay Tay. I think she's I'm a fan.
Grab her butt,
I'm
though.
a fan.
What was this guy thinking? Was he like shit faced or something? Like,
Listen to me.
You know
Listen
what I
to
mean?
me. Listen to me. You've worked in radio for a very long
know.
time. Okay.
I know some creepy radio
listen.
guys.
You know what these.
Don't get me wrong, they're out there.
You know what these radio people are like. The vast majority of them are such assholes, and they're such idiots, and they're
Hey, watch your mouth. I
But
have
it is
friends in
true.
this business.
Yeah, sure. But like the vast majority of them are so awful and just
Okay,
it is
try to think
total
about-
morons.
We've worked in this thing together since 2002. Try to think of one guy that we know. Could you name 4 guys that would grab Taylor Swift's ass?
Yeah, I think I
drunk at a
could.
concert?
Yes, I absolutely could.
Really?
I could right now rattle off probably 5 or 6 that we know that would go for that move. Without a
We
doubt.
do like a whole draft of DJs. We know.
In a scumbag fantasy DJ
A
draft.
creepy DJ draft. Yeah, we should do that next week.
All right, so
Post it.
okay, so our first guest is on the line here. From Inside the Magic.
Yes.
His name is Sean, and so we want to chat with him really quick about what's going on over in the Magic Kingdom, or not in Magic Kingdom. It's at MGM and Epcot, right? These are where the closing attractions are. Sean, what's happening? Welcome to the Jody and Scott Show.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Oh, we are doing great, Sean. Welcome to the
Jody,
show.
though, really quickly, though, disclaimer for you. That's
Disclaimer,
right. That's the wrong word.
yep,
Disclaimer, yeah.
yep.
Exclaimer, what's that? Is that a thing? Quickly, we're going to keep this family-friendly, Jody. I promised them at Inside the Magic we wouldn't do anything weird while they're on the phone.
I'm always family-friendly. I don't do anything weird.
Yeah, right.
All right, Sean.
Kids and stuff.
All right, so
You just
Sean,
slow down, buddy.
I was
He's losing
lucky.
his hair.
Sean, I was lucky enough. 3 weeks ago, I rode the Great Movie Ride one more time because since we knew it would be closing, and it was and it was great.
Music.
Like it reminded me that that it's an awesome ride. It reminded me of.
It's not that bad of a ride. It doesn't deserve to be shut down, Sean. You know what I mean? That's why I'm weirded out.
I don't feel like
sure.
I don't feel like it deserves to be shut down either. So what's the deal here? What is so much better than that ride? Let's hear it.
Yeah, a lot of people are very upset by that. You should read the comments on our YouTube page. Oh my goodness. But,
sure.
yeah, essentially
I'm
they're
pissed
making,
too.
but yeah, they're making it's going to be the first ever Mickey themed attraction ever in any Disney theme park. It's funny. They're actually saying that this new ride is going to be one of the boldest, most impossible things that some Imagineers have ever worked on. It's not technically like a 3D ride, but they're saying it's like 2.5D. It's going to have new visual technology.
Like an Avatar
that's
type
supposed to
situ?
be. I would assume so. The whole idea behind the ride is you get on this train, Goofy's train specifically, and you go on this adventure with Mickey and Minnie Mouse. And it's supposed to be out of this world. They're saying that it is definitely a step up from the beloved Great Movie Ride, which I am a big fan of, and I'm very saddened by.
Oh, and by the way, Sean,
well.
Sean, my wife is very excited that I'm talking to you right now because she is an avid Inside the Magic
loves your
reader.
blog.
Well, here's
Is she really?
well, yeah, she is because I've personally come up with what I call like the Disney fan autism scale, right? And she's like at about a 4.
This is a family-friendly show.
She's at about
Okay, Jody?
she's at about a 4. She's at about a 4.5 on that scale.
Okay,
And so she so she loves
She's obsessed.
she loves it all. She's not so obsessed that
Yeah.
she's decided to work there yet, but she's getting close. And so
No, for sure.
So she's a huge fan,
that's true.
loves the blog, and I wanted to let you know that she's very excited that we're talking to you because she drags me. I, as a grown man, wouldn't typically spend a lot of time at the Disney parks, but as a result of her being a fan and having children, like I'm there all the time now.
He
Like,
spends more time there than his actual house.
oh
It's
yeah,
weird.
I'm there. I'm there all the
crazy.
time. It's all right. I enjoy
Now,
it.
2 questions on the Great
Okay.
Movie Ride, there,
Okay.
Sean. Number
Yeah.
1, what are they going to do with all these freaky animation things? Like
Yeah, can we buy
apparently
them?
The Wicked Witch is
Oh,
like
wow.
the biggest animation thing of all time.
I
Where
want
are
the
they
alien.
going?
I want the alien one. I want that thing in my
There's a
house.
bunch of alien ones. Like,
Yeah.
are they going to auction them off, give them out for charity? Like, what are they doing with these things?
Yeah, so there is over 50 different audio animatronic pieces. That includes like sets, props, and also like the robot type figures. Personally, I do not know at this point what is supposed to happen. There's been rumors that they may potentially go to an auction, but at this point, there's nothing that can be confirmed or denied about that. I would assume that they might be auctioned off just because they are so incredible and they've been a part of the ride, I think, for over 28 years. So I'm sure Disney
wow.
would definitely make out pretty well if they auction them
Now,
off.
Sunday-
But I can't really tell you what exactly is going to happen with them, unfortunately.
You were there. Sunday was the last day. I watched the entire ride on YouTube. I was there a few months ago before they announced they were closing it, and I actually got emotional. I cried in my bedroom alone in a dark room
Did you?
for about 2 hours. What was the feeling over at Hollywood Studios? Were people walking out crying? I mean, I was doing this alone in a room, in a dark room. Were people crying
Yeah.
over this?
There were a lot of tears, especially on the last tram. People were coming off crying. There were so many tears being shed.
They
There was a lot of
handcuffed themselves to the
applause.
ride and
Little,
refused to
see,
leave.
see, that should have happened. Why didn't that happen? Yeah, that's
You know, to protest, of course, because this is a tragedy for sure. I didn't see any handcuffs.
Starting to cry again.
but
Here's a question, Sean. Did anybody cry after getting off the last Ellen ride? I'm doubting that because everyone was probably still asleep. Because that's the problem. The problem with the Ellen ride is that when it
shut that down. That's where I took my nap.
That's what I was saying.
Air-conditioned nap.
The problem with the Ellen ride was that when it ends, it interrupts your nap, and then you have to wake up and you have to get off, and that's the problem
just ride
with
it
that
again,
ride.
Jody. I just walk around and go right back in.
Because that's the issue, right? Because that was probably the best place to take a nap in the entire Magic Kingdom was the Ellen Energy ride. It lasted like 40 minutes. You sat there. You were in air conditioning.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. What are they replacing that one with? There weren't any tears, Scott. Come on, it was the Ellen ride. There was no tears.
I don't know. I cannot confirm or deny if there were any tears on
there were.
the end of that ride.
We already know.
But yeah, that
I
is
got a
actually
couple whimpers out of it.
A few. There may have been. I know some people. There were actually a lot. You should have seen the YouTube comments on that. Some people were actually really upset about that. Believe it or not, it really was such a great attraction. It actually had been at Epcot for 35 years. That pavilion, which is so crazy, but it is now going to be replaced by Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Thank God.
They're kind of theming Peter Quill, which for those who don't know, Chris Pratt's character. They're going to kind of play off this story that when he of course lived on Earth, he was a big fan of visiting Epcot, and so they're kind of going to tie that together.
I like that idea.
Kind of make that into a story, yeah,
Okay.
and it's going to be an attraction.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how that plays out, but Disney
Was Ellen
definitely.
there?
No.
She's
I-
on there to
I
say
don't-
goodbye to her own ride. Do you think she would be?
Ellen's a little too busy. She's got things
Yeah,
to do.
I don't think she was
That's
there.
pretty
No,
selfish,
unfortunately.
man.
Yeah. All right. Well, Sean. Hey, Sean. Thank you very much for calling to let us know what's going on with these rides that we have said that we have bid adieu to, and
Don't make me cry, Jody. I've already been through too much emotional days the past couple, man. This is sick. I can't even talk.
Looking forward to the new stuff, Sean. Thank you very much, Sean, from Inside
Sean,
the
thank
Magic.
you.
Appreciate it, Sean.
Thank you guys so much.
Later
you guys have
on.
a good night.
Sean, that was
Appreciate
great. That was
it.
like I
Thank
was
you.
riding the ride one more time with you there. That was nice.
Yeah, he's like I'm telling you, my wife. She's and I've noticed that as as we've grown closer and whatever over the years, she's let down her guard on the Disney fandom a little
You guys
bit.
have grown closer? That's good. Usually you tear apart.
Yeah,
throughout
no,
the marriage. That's actually different.
It is. Yeah, we over the years have grown closer. It's a really sweet thing, and she's decided now that she's willing to wear this Disney thing on her sleeve, and she's pretty hardcore. She's getting there. Yeah.
She's gonna get like a mini tattoo, lower back.
I don't think so. We could probably convince her to do it. I should try to convince her to do that. That would be hilarious. So,
Speaking of hemorrhoids, Jody, did you hear about the new emoji?
No.
This is breaking news. You have my breaking news thing? You
No.
have the
Well,
noise for breaking news?
I mean, Richard Tyson's on the phone, but if you want to just do the breaking news, then we'll get to
Real
Richard.
quick.
Okay.
The new emoji. I want to know how you're going to use this one in a text.
What
Jody.
are the new? What are the?
We already have the poop.
What are the
We
new
already have
emojis?
the poop emoji.
Yeah.
We're going to have the sad poop emoji
Sad
coming
poop.
to January 2018. There's already a line at the door for this thing.
I don't use emojis.
Why would you use a sad poop? Maybe
Why would
after
you
a
use
hemorrhoid pop or
Why
something?
would you use
I don't-
any of them? Is my question. Like I don't. I don't know. I feel
use it in
really
business.
I feel
use it
genuinely
daily, all right?
weird.
Thousands of times. a
I
day.
can't do it. I'm one of those guys. Like I don't know. I don't know why. I can't do it.
Thumbs up.
I'll do a thumbs up.
Oh yeah, come on, man.
I'll do a thumbs up.
My black friends do a black thumbs up
I'm
because
not
if you hold
heartless.
on to it, it'll
Yeah,
pop up
you
as
can
a
change
black.
the shade. You can make it. You can make like you can be like a Middle Eastern thumbs up or a really
Indian.
white thumbs up. Yeah, it's pretty
Or
cool.
just a really tan guy that lives in Daytona, something like that.
So the last few days in Orlando, you were partying up with a movie star, and you just couldn't stop talking about it, Scott. You just gushing.
This guy is unbelievable.
From your stories, it made me feel like I wanted to hang out with him so badly. He sounded like you made it sound like you were ready to follow
Move
him
to LA.
Follow him to LA and do whatever. He's
hang out.
His name's Richard Tyson. He's a character actor. Been in a number of films that everybody's heard of. We of course Kindergarten Cop, Black Hawk Down. What was the other one, Scott? There was a few others.
Something about Mary.
Something about
They
Mary.
say it's the third funniest scene in Fairly Brothers comedy history.
Wow.
He's in with Ben Stiller.
So Richard, welcome to the Jody and Scott show. How's it going, man?
Hey, thanks. I just was hoping to talk about kiddie rides.
Kiddie rides. So what kind of kiddie rides you want to talk about, Richard?
Yeah. Are you sad about the Ellen ride closing? Do you know her?
Do you know? Have you ever, Richard?
You said you guys were adults, and then I'm on the phone for about 10 minutes. No, I'm part of the Disney family, right?
Richard, are you trying to needle us over the fact that we were talking to the gentleman from Inside the Magic about the rides that are closing?
He's a nice man.
Yeah,
needle? What? Needle?
Yeah, I mean,
we're not talking about needles.
Are you trying? I mean, are you trying to somehow call us out for that? I mean, I feel like it's I feel like it's something that people would enjoy, right? I mean, you don't care about rides at Disney, Richard. You don't care about them at all. Do you have
my favorite ride there?
What's your favorite?
The Yo Mama rail. The Yo Mama rail.
The Yo Mama rail?
Yeah, it's the monorail.
Dude, that's an underground.
Richard, do you do stand up too, or are you just doing acting?
He is really funny though,
I'm
Jody.
A character actor.
I know. Why would you say that to Richard? He's a featured man.
I mean, okay, featured actor. Sorry. Didn't mean to upset you.
You're a jerk, man.
Why is that? Why are actors so uptight about that kind of stuff, Richard? What's the deal there?
I never did. I thought
he's a bigger deal.
The lead role, I thought that was a character. I played characters in all my movies. You're right. It is a character.
No,
I mean, I feel like
Jody, that's not a.
So I feel like people get like really uptight about that stuff, and I wasn't really sure why. Because obviously you've been in these huge movies. You have this stellar resume. I mean, enough to get you
Richard,
on this show, for God's sakes.
Now, Richard, we want to talk about your dog adoption. I know you do some pet adoption stuff. You also have a TV pilot that you're shooting. It's kind of like a Bama PI type thing. We'll get to that in a second. But
Bama PI?
First off, we got to work on your dart game. We got to work on your dart game. He tells me he's an all-star dart guy, and I'm trying to carry the guy. I couldn't believe it.
Man, I roll into this place, and all of a sudden, my friends are playing darts. I'm like, really? That's what we're doing? Okay, all right. Cleos, right? I mean, I think that's what it was, and I'd never played darts enough to know if I was right-handed or left-handed, And the first time I threw it right-handed and it hit the wall, so I played left-handed the rest of the night.
It really did, actually.
So Richard, all right, so you're not really that into darts.
Richard's like, I'm hanging out with a bunch of dudes playing darts. Where are the chicks?
Well, all right, so that's what I'm trying to get at. So Richard, like you're not that into darts, you're not that into Disney rides. What's your thing, Richard? Like when you're out trying to have a good time, what's your ideal?
One of the best storytellers I've seen in person.
I usually dunk, Oreos or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been on hold for that long, Jody?
I guess so.
Jesus. He's a famous man.
What's funny is that the Oreos into the Disney thing was probably the least edgy thing we've ever done.
Right.
Easily.
I'm trying to get a feel of your show.
There is no feel, Richard. Like this thing literally goes all over the place. So, sorry, you happen to catch a very, very wholesome 10 minutes there.
Yeah, I usually don't like to talk about me doing blow up a stripper's ass because I don't know my dad wears. But we can get into that if you want, man.
That's what I'm saying. So Richard, so you're out partying. Like, what's what are you doing to have a good time, like in Orlando? Because it sounded like from the sounds.
Did you like Orlando? I want to know that.
Because from what Scott sounded, Scott said you were partying for a week straight.
My favorite ride is downtown Orlando, man. I mean, that place.
That's something, right?
Oh my God,
it's something else, isn't it?
I want to go back.
Come on back. You can stay at my place.
Here's the thing, Richard. I one time made the mistake of moving and living in downtown Orlando for a period of my life, and
you almost died.
It turned me into a full blown alcoholic within weeks. I mean, it literally like almost completely ruined me living in that area. It was absolutely obscene.
Hey, watch your mouth, Jody. It's a good place.
And it sounds like you came in and it ate you alive. It's what happens. It's a good time there.
Yeah, it was Well, it reminded me, of the French Quarter.
Yeah, it is. It's like
God.
it's like it's
Let me get
like a
That's all
low
we
rent
have downtown.
It's like a low rent, culture free French Quarter.
all bars. Nothing else. Nothing else to do with the bars.
No
There's just a
history,
bar.
no history, no culture, none of that. Just the bars and the
Bars.
drinking
Yeah.
and the homeless
A
people.
lot of nice people. A lot of good people, man. I had a
That's
lot
true.
of fun.
That's awesome.
Very
Glad you had a good
friendly
time.
people.
Glad you had a good time. So what were you doing in Orlando? So right now, from what we understand, you're in Alabama. You're shooting a big
No, he's in
feature
LA
movie.
now.
Oh, you're in LA.
Yeah,
oh,
I'm in
okay.
LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Just kidding.
Yeah. We have this thing in Bama. That's what I was doing. I was actually working on the script.
Okay.
Just get a little break. Come inside. I met a detective in the airport. He's not a detective. What is he? He's criminal justice something. He'll go find out things for you. A private eye.
Oh, okay.
And I had pitched to
Bama
Comcast
PI.
instead of Magnum PI, Bama PI. And
love
I
it.
run into a private eye, man, and he goes, "Look, everybody's just batshit crazy in the South during the summer because it's hot as hell."
Yeah, it's true.
Just, you,
It's like
you have
suicidal
to find
heat.
a pastime. Huh?
It's like suicidal heat in Florida. It's so hot. Is it as hot in Alabama than
Yes,
here? It's so
it is.
bad in Orlando.
It's just as bad. In
Oh
Alabama.
my God! I mean, you have to do something inside.
Yeah. So what's this? So right now,
Let's
this,
open a bar together.
So-
Come on, Richard. Let's
So
do
Richard,
it.
so Richard,
All
this is
right,
your
I'm in.
so this
I'm
is
in.
so
Let's
so
do
this
that.
is your thing right now. This Bama PI project is your current passion thing. This is what you're devoting all
Maybe.
of your time to.
Yeah, it is.
sounds
I've
exciting.
got movies coming in and out, but my project, the whole thing is, I've written like 12 different scripts, and I've got a couple of TV projects, and this is one of them. But I've never pitched them because, lucky, I always get cast, and so your projects go on the back burner.
Sure.
And so I finally I pitched something to Comcast, a Civil War script. They love it. They said they had just produced Birth of a Nation, and it bombed, and it was a hate movie, and my
We want
my
positivity
Civil War
around here.
script. Huh?
We're
What's
looking for
that?
more positivity in these days. You know what I mean? Not like we want something fun,
Yeah. I mean, let's come together. Come on, man. Let's come together. Let's give up those old stereotypes,
Couldn't agree more.
And so Bama PI, it's sort of like Entourage, where we're
like it.
private eyes. We don't
Dude, I want to be in that
So
entourage.
it's got a comedy. So you're saying it's got a comedy element to it, sort of sort of.
Absolutely.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
I would be. I would watch this.
In the sizzle reel, I'm chasing these two guys, and I tackle them in a bar, ironically, and they
I like
get
that
away.
twist. Now,
Anyway,
Richard, I got
they
a question
get
for
away.
you.
Okay.
They get away. We'll get back to that in a second. We like to dig a little dirt here on the
God.
Jody and Scott
Okay,
show.
that's
Now, you've worked with a lot of actors. You've been in some great movies. Some of my favorite movies. I know there's
All
a lot of
right.
great people you work with. Who's the hardest guy to work with? If you don't have to call somebody out, but we'd appreciate it because we like to get buzz. Who's the hardest guy to work with throughout your awesome
The
career?
hardest guy to work with. God, I'm glad I can't remember his name.
Yes.
I finally forgot
girl.
it.
Don't want to burn any bridges here, Scott. This is work. This guy is this guy's
don't wanna bring
working
up a
out
sore
there. This guy's
subject. I'm
working
just
out
saying.
there. Unless Richard has the FU Hollywood money. I don't know if he wants to name names here.
I mean, Arnold's a Republican. Nobody likes them anymore. You can call him out, right?
So Richard, I'm
Arnold,
Richard,
yeah,
I'm like
Arnold.
I'm like a working voice actor, right? Like how do I get into like big movies like this? I'd like to do that. I think.
Well,
Richard has a lot of
the way
hair.
I got
Jody's
into it,
balding, so he's
I'm
tough.
balding. I'm balding. Yeah, I'm balding.
The first year I was in Hollywood, I was a hand model. All I got were hand jobs the whole first year.
Oh,
so I
but
just recommend that. Yeah,
I did notice he has
thank you.
very good nubs. He
Good
has beautiful
comedy
hands.
timing too there.
So I think
How
just
long do you
work
dip
on
your
hand
Oreos?
job.
Yeah, come on, Richard. How long do you gonna dip that Oreo for? Let's really
I
get
think
edgy here.
2.5 seconds.
Yeah, I see. That's what I'm saying. 2.5 is not long
Orlando,
enough, right?
because
2.5.
I'm already missing you.
Bullshit.
I'm going to be honest with you. We had a great time with
All
you. To be
right.
honest, you met a lot of good people. We had a great.
Yep, Scott.
Hello?
No, I think Scott just got abducted by aliens. Hey, Richard. All right, thank you very much. We appreciate you taking the time to chat with us and recount some of your Orlando time. Hopefully, next time you're in Orlando, we'll hear more from you.
Awesome, brother. Thanks a lot, man.
Have a good one, man. Later on.
Peace out.
Big lead actor. Oh
my God!
Why did he seem to get?
Why did you piss him off? He's a beautiful man.
I'm not trying to piss him off.
I'm jealous of his hair.
Oh, well, I'm jealous of a lot of things, but the fact is, like, what's like
his hands? You see his hands?
Was I misusing the term character actor there? I don't feel like I was, right? Like, that's the people that play like weird characters that aren't necessarily lead characters,
the smaller
right?
Roles he was in maybe the leading guy. I just think the roles he's most well known for.
He was a character actor in the roles that we think of, right? Like the bad guy and like the in Kindergarten Cop. Like that's
great role.
Whatever. I just feel like people. I just feel like you have to like dance around stuff with these people. I don't understand. Everyone's
actors have big egos, man. It's not like it's our radio people over here grabbing butts of Taylor Swift. We don't care about it.
I still want to hang out with him. The guy sounds like all he wants to do is sit around and drink and screw around. Like that sounds like his whole deal. I love it.
Did he mention that he's coming back to Orlando? He kind of dropped out on my end at the end.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I was like, hey, if you're in Orlando again, say hi. But he was like, yeah. So
I think he's going to be hungover for like 2 years after his time spent here in Orlando.
Yeah, probably. Do we get at any of this? Do we even talk about Donald Trump, or do we just eliminate this from the show altogether and pretend like none of it's happening? What are we supposed to do?
Say exactly what happened today. That way, if somebody's going to listen to this in like 3 weeks, it'll be another Trump thing that they're talking about. If we mention what happened today, then we're dating the show.
Yeah, I guess so.
But what happened today is probably a lot of shit's going to happen like this for about 3 years, Jody.
We're going to spend 3 years.
It's kind of depressing.
We're going to spend 3 years all looking at each other going, is the president racist? Like, what is he? No, I don't know. Like, all right. I can't start with it. I'm going to have
now, you have a beautiful wife, Jamie. She's lost about 20 pounds since having her last kid, little Jody, and she looks hot.
Yeah, she does.
I was creeping on her Facebook pics the other day.
Thanks for creeping on my wife's Facebook pics, Scott. Nothing weird about that.
It's a show. I like to admit things. I'm an honest man. Now, here's the deal.
Okay.
Trendy moms today do not want to be called mom.
What? What do they want to be called?
These hot moms don't want to be friend.
What?
Yes, they don't want to be, poked into that corner as a mom. They want to be called friend from now on. Now, what do you think about that? Is Jamie cool with that?
No, my wife definitely wants to be called mom. Who would not want to be called friend? Are you saying now? These are, are these like the millennial cool moms? These are millennial.
These are like moms that had kids in high school, but still.
Okay, so these are millennial cool moms, right? So this is like the 25-year-old mom that has the 4-year-old kid.
Has a kid that's like 10 years younger. Than
right,
them.
as a kid that has the kid that's 4. Like they don't want to have their style cramped by the child. So like, call me friend. Is that what's going on here?
Around a lot of people, they can say mom, at home, but when they're around a bunch of people, they want to be called friend.
Okay. Does this has the increase in this like followed along with the increase in incest porn on the internet? Are these two things linked in any way?
It's a stepdaughter porn now.
Why?
That's big.
Why?
You don't go too creepy with
Why is it that every time I go on a porn site, 90% of the videos
it's stepmom
are stepmom, stepdad, or even sometimes they go all the way and they're like brother, trick sister, like
they're
whatever.
Not really brothers.
No, they're not really. They're not really. They're just porn actors.
Yeah.
Right. They're obviously just porn actors. But what's going on in our country and in our country's appetite for pornography that this is the thing?
It has to be creepy as hell or it's not worth it to them. You know what I mean? It has to be weird ass shit or you're not getting off, bro. That's it.
But how is this where we are now, right? Like, how have we made it to this point where apparently the most in-demand pornography is the stuff that's just barely not incestual, right? It's like the
pretending
like stepdaughter, stepdaughter, like comes on to stepdad, and like why is this what people are finding so hot? What happened to like babysitters or cheerleaders.
That's still out there.
Or it seems like none of that is out there anymore. Like, I feel like I'm an old man shouting from my porch to bring back the good pornography from the 90s.
Get off my lawn, creepy porn.
When, like bring back Jenna Jameson and all this. Like, Jenna Jameson.
She's looking like shit.
She never.
Google her right now. She looks like a cracked out Muppet.
She never pretended to be somebody's stepdaughter. Like, that never was going on. Like, what's going? Like, how?
Had a weird thing with porn though, Jody. You had a weird fetish with porn.
But
you remember what your horny life was?
How screwed up are these people that are watching this going to end up? Are they going to be screwed? I don't even know.
Jody, I'll give you credit. One time in your life, I'm going to give you credit right now. Your thing, and this is as innocent as it gets. You said you would not even watch straight porn. You would only do female lesbian porn. Was that a lie?
That's my preference.
Was the dilemma? Jody, is it true?
Is it?
All right, Regis music.
All right, first of all, it's my preference.
Is it true that you would only pleasure yourself to girl-on-girl porn
if given?
Because you didn't want to see a peen. That's how straight you are, Jody. You're that much of a man.
No.
If wieners are okay.
If given the choice between the two, if given the choice between like two hot chicks or like a hot girl getting savaged by some sweaty hairy dude, like I'm picking the two hot girls every time. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing.
No.
Like I'll take normal bang porn. I mean whatever, that's fine. But
you ever sneak into the shed with your laptop and do a quick jerk in the lap, like a hot sweaty jerk in the shed with the laptop? Yeah, you gotta go somewhere. You gotta hide yourself.
Out in that 104 degree shed.
Jody, have you ever brought your laptop to a shed?
No, never with my laptop. It's always with a cell phone. Why would you bring a laptop out there? Why would you bring a laptop out there?
Here's the average amount of sex people have at different ages. Now, I know you were banging away at Jamie having that second little Jody.
I wish,
I'm wondering if that slowed down.
Yeah, it slowed down significantly. Here's the cruel joke. Here's the cruel joke, Scott, right? This is the thing this is the most messed up thing.
Sex is over now that
she's still
lost 20 pounds. She's hot as hell, and you can't touch her anymore.
Right?
She's
still breastfeeding the baby and all that stuff, and so like there's just sort of like physically like she like it's not really a thing that's pleasant. I would say right now.
Also forcing you to go on a diet,
and so it's like she like looks so hot, and
Oh, so you're doing like memory bathroom wax at this point, like yeah. Probably.
I've done a few of those.
Okay, so quickly, here's the average amount of sex people are having at different ages.
Okay,
18 to 29. What do you think a year?
18 to 29.
Millennials.
From what I've read, millennials are having less sex than zennials or
porn.
Whatever. so all right. So I'm gonna say, and this is we're saying like how many times per month or per week or.
We're going per year, and then we'll see the
per year
from 30 to 39. Yeah.
All right, so I would say per year 5.
Math, Jody, you're good at math.
5 times per year.
100?
5 between those.
18 to 29, five times
per year. I mean, this is including everybody, right? This isn't just the people that are out there getting laid. It's also the people that are in their basements and in their like this is the average for everybody. This is where I'm coming at it from, right? So I'm saying 5.
The nerds, you're right. These
Oh, this is messing you up because you were gonna make up a number, and now I just messed that up because you were basing it on people.
Scientists did this study
because you were basing it just on
people
that
have lives.
You were basing it on people that are out there mixing it up and like on Tinder and on Bumble and all this stuff. No.
People I know.
Right. No, I'm talking about if you took like the whole of people from 18 to 29, including the ones that are not
Jody, this
out
might be
there
the smartest thing you've ever said.
doing it. I mean, it's a low number. It's got to be a low number.
Should I just tear this up?
Just tear it up. Let's just move on.
You don't want to at least hear it? No.
I don't.
Did you make? These are scientists.
Did you make it up?
Very busy at curing cancer.
This will determine if I want to know it, if I want to hear it, if it's real or if you made it up.
Here's the average amount of sex people have at different ages. That's
the
title of an article.
Just say the number. All right, just say the numbers. Just tell me.
18 to 29 is 112 times per year. I guess it's people with lives.
112 times per year?
Yeah, these are horny people. This is horniness.
Scott,
okay?
That's an obscenely high number. 112 times
these
per
are
year.
Very drunk people.
One out of 3 days per year. Like that seems like a lot. Really?
It wasn't happening for me at that age.
You man, no, God.
I was actually a guy that like left the house.
God, 4 times in a month, and I was like, whoa, look at me. You know?
No, right?
Like,
No, I was like,
where are
dude, nobody's having as much sex as me. I just had sex twice this week.
Right. Where are you getting these numbers? You're making them up. That's
I
the
don't know,
problem.
fucking really attractive people.
All right.
Okay, quickly. 30 to 39, 86 times per year, and then 40 to 49, they say 69 times per year. That's kind of like, I think they should reverse that. Do that.
What's this song of the summer you have written down here? What is this?
Jody,
I don't
you
know.
are old.
Yeah.
Okay? And you've been in the mountains for a month. I wanted to know if you wanted to know the song of the summer. I'm annoyed by it because I'm a DJ.
Is this it? Is this the song?
Yeah, well, skip to the good part, dude. I have to. See, you're not a DJ. You got to mix the good part in, all right?
Is this it? All right, so this is the song here?
It's Despacito, and you got to say it like that. Or
I haven't-
you'll be called a racist.
I don't feel like I've heard this song. Is this a song that I would have heard? I don't listen to the radio.
Despacito.
Desperado?
No, Desperado. Jesus,
Here's the
you're
thing.
such an old
If
bat.
I don't listen to the radio and I don't go to clubs, where would I hear this song?
This is not the song. This is Desperado.
This is
a very depressing song about suicide and death.
Despacito is about suicide and death?
Oh no, this is the acoustic version. Yeah, can you give us the top 40 version?
What's the top 40 version? I don't understand what you're talking about. This is like
If you search on YouTube for Despacito, it's gonna pop up. It's a very popular song here. Biebs is in it, the whole crew.
Oh, here it goes. It's heating up, Scott.
This is the Spanish. This is the Spanish version. See?
Are they not all Spanish? How many different
the
versions
Biebs
of
in
this
it.
song are there? What are you talking about?
A lot of them, Jody. Okay.
I thought
You
the
picked right
song.
one.
I thought the song of the summer was like something by Justin Timberlake or something.
Well, we listened. No, that was 2 summers ago.
Oh.
Can't Stop the Feeling. You
Yeah,
old
that
bat.
one.
Now
Can't
turn this
stop
up.
the feeling.
That was 2 years ago. Turn this up and tell me if you like it right now. I mean, I used to like it.
Nah,
I've heard
I don't think I
a million
like it.
times now, but
No.
Try masturbating to stepdad porn later with this in the background. It's kind of.
I just wish that I could like go on a porn site and not be assaulted.
That's all you get. That's all they're producing.
That's
now,
all
Jody.
right. I'm really like I'm sort of irritated by it because every time that I'm like, okay, you know, let's go on the porn on YouPorn or let's go on Pornhub. Like, it's all that's there. It's all that's there. Why?
Have you ever tried to pleasure yourself?
No, it's too weird.
Quick tug.
It's too weird.
I'm not going to do a twisted reveal. What do you think this show is?
Oh, you're
Stop
supposed to
the presses.
Oh, you're supposed
I've always
to-
wanted to say that. Even
There.
though papers aren't even in business anymore.
Push the wrong
Twisted
button.
reveal before we get out of here, man. If you know me, you know I'm a big Taco Bell fan.
Yeah, that's true. I
And
know
for
that.
the people that talk crap about Taco Bell, they oh my
I know you
stomach
love-
hurt in the
I know you
morning,
love
I
to
had
talk-
bad
I know you
diarrhea.
love to talk
You know
about how it's like
why
healthy
they're saying
food?
that, Jody? It's
Why? They're hungover.
because they're hungover and they eat it while they're
Right.
drunk. I like to have it sober as a dime, all right? I'll do a candlelight dinner to that crap.
Yeah, I know
you know?
you really like to try to sell this like Taco Bell, this healthy thing. Like I don't know if
You
I'm
have
on
to get
board
the right
with it.
stuff.
I don't know if
well,
I'm
it's
on
about
board.
to not be, Jody, because they're adding a new ingredient. A new ingredient.
What, chorizo? What are they bringing?
They're adding spicy Pop Rocks to the spicy taco, so it like explodes in your freaking mouth.
Is that for real?
That's gonna ruin my candlelight dinner. When I have a girl over, I get Taco Bell and her mouth starts popping all over the place.
Are they
They
really
want to
gonna-
add some fire.
Are they really going to put spicy Pop Rocks in the tacos?
They're testing a new burrito.
I like
that
this idea,
uses
actually.
Popping
I don't hate it.
crystals. It pops up all in your mouth. Well, you can't have it because you're on a diet. All right.
Yeah, it's true.
You have to wait a couple years. Lose a few pounds.
I gotta tell you, I don't hate the idea of spicy Pop Rocks in a burrito. It kind of sounds good. I mean, it's
I'm gonna give it a
gimmicky.
whirl. I mean, don't get me wrong.
It's
but
gimmicky as hell, but like, I don't know. I kind of like it. You know, why not? Let's do it. Spicy Pop
it's
Rocks.
it's a wild return. We'll do this again in a couple weeks, but let me say thank you to Richard Tyson, a beautiful man who I didn't know he was a hand model, or was that just a bad joke? I didn't know.
Sorry,
couldn't tell.
sorry, I insulted you, Richard. My apologies. I did not mean to
Also-
imply that you were not leading man material. I am sorry.
Yeah, you really screwed up that friendship. Thanks, buddy. I lost another friend because of this show. Whoopsie-doo.
sorry.
Also, thank you for Sean from Inside the Magic. San Pasado. That's a beautiful name. That kind of goes with the Desperado song. Sean Pasado.
I wouldn't mind having Sean on more, but then like guys that are cool like Richard hear it and they're like, what's this?
He
What's
really
this
called
soft?
us out for being Disney free.
He's like, he's like, hey, I'm ready to go on your show, but what's this soft bullshit? You
I
know.
wanted to have somebody on about the lunar eclipse happening on Monday, Jody. We're all gonna die, all right? Don't stare at it. Apparently, you go completely blind.
Yeah, and be careful with those Amazon glasses. Apparently, people are selling like fakes, so burn your
Are you gonna
eyes.
stay up and wait for it, or what?
I mean,
it
it's
happen once every million years.
stay up. I mean, it's during the day, right? Doesn't it happen during the
I
day?
don't know. You tell me. That's why I wanted to have an
It's a-
expert on.
It's a solar eclipse, Scott. It has to happen
time
while the
does it
sun
start?
while the sun is
I thought it
out.
was at night. It like blocked the moon or something.
That's
I
a
don't know.
lunar eclipse, Scott. That's a lunar
Oh,
eclipse.
see,
This
I
is a
knew-
solar
I knew the
eclipse.
word was-
So it's
during the
So it's
day.
impossible to happen if the sun's not out. So it's
it's a
got to
day
happen.
thing. So I'm
It's
gonna
a day
have to
thing. You'll be
daydream.
all right. You'll be awake. You'll be
drink
awake.
a
for it.
mimosa, go blind, you know?
Yeah.
Twitter, Jody and Scott, Jody with a Y. Go follow us there. A bunch of other places. Where else are we at, Jody, before we get out of here, okay?
Gotta
Help
get
us out.
on-
We need the ratings.
Got to get on Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts is definitely the main hub to find the show. Also on Google Play Store, on Stitcher, all those places. It's all there.
Jody got a new gig. Give us your wrestling guy voice. I know you got this big new gig. I want to hear the wrestling guy voice. Everybody wants to hear it. Hit it.
Oh, with this supplement, you're gonna easily be. I can't even read. I don't have my
Cash
script
in your
in front.
401k.
I don't have my script in front of me.
You got
I
this
just
gig,
realized.
baby.
I just realized. I don't even know what I'm
All
gonna
I
say.
needed. You're hired.
Oh. Oh, it,
All right,
isn't,
that's
isn't,
enough.
isn't the Woo guy in the hospital? Is he dead yet?
No, he's recovering, and it's Ric Flair. He's
Ric
recovering.
Flair.
He's going to be okay.
He is? Are you sure about that?
I don't know. I'm just hoping. He's had a rough life, Jody.